The best part about watching a movie at home is that you can pause it at any time and go get some more snacks. But when you're watching a Disney animated movie, you have to be careful when you pause, as you may end up with a pretty frightening image on your TV screen. For this video, we've done the work for you for our list of 10 moments you should never pause in a Disney movie. Enjoy this video and be sure to subscribe to CBR for more awesome content every single day. Toy Story. The Toy Story films aren't just good animated movies. They truly are must-sees for people of any age. The characters are fun and relatable, and the storylines are as smart as they are entertaining. The movie has also brought the world some pretty innovative animation techniques that helped pave the road for animated films in the last decade. The animation isn't without flaws though, especially when you freeze the film, and one paused moment in Toy Story is truly terrifying. In a scene between Buzz and Jessie, the cowgirl is acting quite drunk, and if you pause the movie at the right time, you can see a really creepy image of Jessie's eyes seemingly rolling back into her head. What makes the pause moment even better is that Buzz happens to be looking at her in shock and horror. Beauty and the Beast. The live-action adaptation of Beauty and the Beast will be here soon, so we figured we might as well take a look back at the original animated film. The movie is great in so many ways and tells a very meaningful story. Although the Beast can be scary at some points, we found an image of Gaston that makes the Beast look like a small kitten in comparison. If you pause the movie while Gaston is in the middle of yelling, you end up with an image of the antagonist with his arms in a very unnatural position and his face looking scary as all hell. Gaston is not supposed to be a nice guy, and if we saw him looking the way he does in this paused moment, we would certainly run the other way. Hercules. In 1997, Disney entered the world of Greek mythology with their animated hit, Hercules. The movie is fun and shockingly educational, and the songs will get stuck in your head for weeks. The movie does a great job of animating everything from monsters to Mount Olympus, but it's not without its bizarre, pausable moments. At one point, Herc is fighting a monster in the forest, and when he's punched in the face, he's sent flying. If you pause the movie while the hero is airborne, you can treat yourself to an absolutely hilarious image of the demigod with his eyes popping out of his head. It's a must-see. Tarzan. The legend of Tarzan has been around for a while, and when Disney brought the story to life in 1999, it became a worldwide hit. The story is thrilling, and the Phil Collins soundtrack is legendary. Unfortunately, the film is also known for having quite a few weird and unflattering pausable moments, and most of them feature Tarzan himself. If you pause the movie while Tarzan and Jane are swinging through the air, you'll be treated to a very haunting image of the main character's neck being stretched far away from his body. There's also another pause moment that shows Tarzan with giant cheeks, and it's equally weird. Luckily, the 2016 live adaptation decided not to feature any of these moments. Not that it was any good. Snow White. We can't fault Disney too much for having a few animation slip-ups in Snow White, as it was their first ever feature-length animated film. The story and most of the animation still holds up today, but there's definitely one funny pausable moment that fans need to see. At one point, Snow is falling through the darkness, and if you pause at just the right time, her eyes are actually pointing in completely different directions. When you look at the image alone, it's super creepy, but it's hardly noticeable when you're watching the film, so we'll have to let this one slide. Tangled. Tangled is one of Disney's most recent mega hits, and it did a great job of taking the classic tale of Rapunzel and making it a lot more fun for the whole family to enjoy. The movie is jam-packed with fun Easter eggs and references to other Disney properties, and as it turns out, it also delivers a pretty weird paused moment. At one point, Flynn Rider is getting tangled in Rapunzel's hair, and if you pause it at just the right spot, it actually looks like he's preparing to hang himself, as the golden hair is wrapped around his neck in a super creepy way. What makes the moment even more funny is the fact that his eyes look like they're bursting out of his head. The Fox and the Hound. The Fox and the Hound is one of the most criminally underappreciated Disney films of all time, and does a great job of showing off just how well Disney can personify animals. The characters are adorable, and the story is compelling, and it makes for a very simple but sweet movie for kids to enjoy. Fans of the movie probably don't remember the moment where Todd the Fox looks just a little too excited, as it can only really be caught when you pause the film. While he's rubbing up to his lady, his eyes pop out, and you can definitely tell that the fox is completely aroused. It's a funny moment hidden away in an otherwise very innocent film, and we suggest you check it out. Aladdin. It's hard to find anyone who doesn't like the movie Aladdin, as it's jam-packed with great characters, songs, and a pretty fun story to boot. While Robin Williams' genie character does some pretty weird and hilarious stuff in the film, it's actually Aladdin himself who brings us the most bizarre moment, if you know when to pause. In the film, the titular character is walking and laughing, and if you pause it at just the right time, it looks like Aladdin's head is growing out of his neck and his teeth are flying up out of his mouth. We have to think this was just an accidental animating slip-up, but it's definitely hilarious and something you definitely should see with your own eyes. The Little Mermaid. Like many of the Disney films on this list, The Little Mermaid is getting its very own live adaptation, and so far all we really know about the movie is that Chloe Grace Moretz will not be starring in it. What we do know is that Ursula will undoubtedly be absolutely terrifying, as she was in the original movie. The villainous creature has so many scary moments, but it turns out her most haunting one appears only when you pause the movie. And when you hit pause, there's a freeze frame that has her leaning over the mermaid's shoulder with just about the biggest and most creepy eyes we've ever seen. It's an image you can only catch if you're really looking for it, but it's totally creepy if you can get there. Frozen. Although tons of adults ended up enjoying 2013's smash hit Frozen, the animated movie is still designed for kids and families to be able to enjoy together. It might be surprising to find out then that the movie actually features a pretty risque moment if you know when to hit the pause button. When Anna and Hans are in the boat together, she ends up on top of him at one point. If you hit the pause button at this moment, it definitely makes for an image that challenges the PG rating of this film. As an additional fun fact, did you know that Anna is the only Disney princess to ever hook up with a villain? We guess girls really do like the bad boys after all, as you can see in this paused moment. So there you have it. There's our list of 10 moments you should really never pause in Disney movies. Which one of these entries shocked you the most? What other pausable moments do you know about? Sound off in the comment section below and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos like this one.